The National Electrical Code, or NEC, does not explicitly require the use of a -2 designation on wiring used in photovoltaic systems. However, several important considerations must be kept in mind. Firstly, the NEC requires the use of conductors specifically designed for use in photovoltaic systems. These conductors are typically labeled with a PV designation. Secondly, PV wiring is exposed to sunlight, which can cause the insulation to deteriorate over time. The -2 designation indicates that the insulation is resistant to ultraviolet radiation. Thirdly, PV wiring is also exposed to high temperatures, especially in hot climates. The -2 designation indicates that the insulation is rated for higher temperatures. It is important to note that while the NEC does not explicitly require the -2 designation, some PV module suppliers may recommend using it for optimal performance and longevity of their modules. While the NEC does not require the -2 designation on wiring for PV systems, it is generally recommended to use PV-rated wiring with UV-resistant and high-temperature insulation. This will help ensure the safety and reliability of your PV system. If your PV module supplier specifically recommends the use of -2 designated wiring, it is advisable to follow their recommendations. When choosing wiring for photovoltaic systems, several factors come into play to ensure safety, longevity, and optimal performance. Let's delve into the specifics of these considerations. We'll look at conductor types, insulation properties, temperature ratings, and the recommendations of PV module suppliers. The type of conductor used in PV systems is a critical consideration. The NEC mandates that conductors must be specifically designed and rated for photovoltaic applications. These conductors often bear a PV designation, signifying their suitability for the unique demands of solar installations. These demands include exposure to sunlight, temperature variations, and the specific electrical characteristics of PV systems. Sunlight is a significant environmental factor affecting PV wiring. Prolonged exposure to ultraviolet, or UV, radiation can degrade the insulation of standard wires, leading to cracks, brittleness, and eventual failure. To mitigate this, PV wiring should possess UV-resistant properties. The -2 designation, often seen in wire types like THHN -2, indicates enhanced UV resistance. This ensures the wire's insulation maintains its integrity over extended periods of sun exposure, preventing premature degradation and potential safety hazards. Temperature is another critical factor. PV systems, especially those installed in hot climates, can experience elevated temperatures. Standard wiring may not withstand these high temperatures, leading to insulation breakdown and reduced performance. Therefore, PV wiring must have a high temperature rating. The -2 designation, again, often indicates a higher temperature rating compared to standard THHM wiring. This higher rating ensures the wire can operate safely and efficiently even under demanding thermal conditions, contributing to the overall reliability of the PV system. While the NEC provides general guidelines, the specific recommendations of PV module suppliers should also be considered. Suppliers often have specific insights into how their modules perform best and what wiring configurations are most suitable. Their recommendations may stem from testing, experience, and a deep understanding of their products. If a supplier explicitly recommends using -2 designated wiring, it's wise to heed their advice. Their recommendation may be based on factors not explicitly covered by the NEC but are crucial for the optimal performance and longevity of the modules. It's essential to differentiate between NEC requirements and supplier recommendations. The NEC sets the minimum safety standards for electrical installations, including PV systems. Compliance with the NEC is mandatory to ensure the safety of people and property. However, suppliers' recommendations often go beyond these minimum standards to optimize performance and longevity. While not legally mandated, following these recommendations can lead to a more reliable and efficient PV system. Selecting the appropriate wiring for a PV system involves a comprehensive approach. Consider the following steps. Firstly, determine the specific requirements of the PV system, including voltage, current, and environmental conditions. Secondly, consult the NEC for minimum safety standards and required conductor types. Thirdly, review the PV module supplier's recommendations for wiring specifications. Fourthly, choose wiring that meets or exceeds both NEC requirements and supplier recommendations. Fifthly, ensure that chosen wiring is properly installed and inspected by a qualified electrician. In summary, while the NEC doesn't explicitly mandate the use of -2 designated wiring, it emphasizes the importance of using conductors designed for PV systems. These conductors must be UV resistant and have high temperature ratings to withstand the harsh environmental conditions associated with solar installations. Furthermore, always consider the recommendations of PV module suppliers, as they may provide valuable insights into optimizing the performance and longevity of your PV system. By carefully considering these factors, you can ensure a safe, reliable, and efficient solar energy system. Now let's consider the practical implications of choosing between standard THHN wire and THHN -2 wire for a PV system. THHN, or thermoplastic high heat resistant nylon coated, is a common type of building wire used in various electrical applications. However, standard THHN wire may not always be the best choice for PV systems due to its limitations in UV resistance and temperature rating. THHN -2 wire, on the other hand, is specifically designed to address these limitations. The -2 designation indicates that the wire has enhanced UV resistance and a higher temperature rating compared to standard THHN wire. This makes it a more suitable choice for PV systems, where exposure to sunlight and high temperatures is common. Let's explore the differences in more detail. UV resistance is a critical factor in PV wiring. Standard THHN wire may degrade over time when exposed to prolonged sunlight. This degradation can lead to cracks, brittleness, and eventual failure of the insulation, potentially causing short circuits or other electrical hazards. THHN -2 wire is manufactured with UV-resistant materials that protect the insulation from the harmful effects of sunlight. This ensures that the wire maintains its integrity over a longer period, reducing the risk of insulation breakdown and electrical hazards. Temperature rating is another important consideration. Standard THHN wire typically has a temperature rating of 90 degrees Celsius or 194 degrees Fahrenheit in dry locations. However, in PV systems, especially those installed in hot climates, the wiring may be exposed to temperatures exceeding this rating. THHN -2 wire is often rated for higher temperatures such as 105 degrees Celsius or 221 degrees Fahrenheit, or even higher. This high temperature rating allows the wire to operate safely and efficiently even under demanding thermal conditions, preventing insulation breakdown and ensuring reliable performance. The cost difference between standard THHN wire and THHN -2 wire is often a factor in the decision-making process. THHN -2 wire is typically more expensive than standard THHN wire due to its enhanced UV resistance and higher temperature rating. However, the increased cost is often justified by the improved performance, reliability, and longevity of the PV system. In the long run, using THHN -2 wire can save money by reducing the need for frequent wire replacements and repairs. The insulation of THHN -2 wire is similar to that of standard THHN wire. However, it's important to follow all applicable electrical codes and manufacturer's instructions to ensure safe and proper installation. A qualified electrician should perform the installation to ensure that all connections are made correctly and that the wiring is properly protected from environmental factors. In some cases, local electrical codes may require the use of THHN -2 wire or other specific types of wiring for PV systems. It's important to check with your local authorities to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. In addition to THHN -2 wire, there are other types of wiring specifically designed for PV systems. These include PV wire, US2 wire, and RHW2 wire. PV wire is a single conductor wire that is specifically designed for use in PV systems. It has excellent UV resistance, high temperature rating, and is suitable for both wet and dry locations. Use2 wire is an underground service entrance cable that is often used for connecting PV arrays to inverters or other electrical equipment. It has good UV resistance, high temperature rating, and is suitable for direct burial. RHW2 wire is a rubber-insulated wire that is often used for connecting PV modules to junction boxes or other electrical enclosures. It has good moisture resistance and is suitable for wet locations. When selecting wiring for your PV system, it's important to consider the specific requirements of your installation, the recommendations of your PV module supplier, and all applicable electrical codes and regulations. Choosing the right wiring can ensure the safety, reliability, and longevity of your solar energy system. It's also important to consider the size of the wiring. The NEC specifies the minimum wire size based on the ampacity, or current carrying capacity, required for the specific circuit. The ampacity of the wire must be sufficient to handle the maximum current that the circuit is expected to carry. It's also important to consider the voltage drop in the wiring. Voltage drop is the decrease in voltage that occurs as electricity flows through a wire. Excessive voltage drop can reduce the performance of electrical equipment and can even damage sensitive electronic components. The NEC recommends limiting voltage drop to no more than 3% for branch circuits and 5% for feeders. To minimize voltage drop, it's important to use the correct wire size and to keep the wiring runs as short as possible. In addition to wire size and type, it's also important to consider the conduit or raceway used to protect the wiring. Conduit is a rigid or flexible tube that is used to enclose and protect electrical wiring. It protects the wiring from physical damage, moisture, and other environmental factors. The NEC specifies the types of conduit that are permitted for use in different locations and applications. Common types of conduit include rigid metal conduit, electrical metallic tubing, or IMT flexible metal conduit, and PVC conduit. When selecting conduit for your PV system, it's important to consider the environmental conditions, the type of wiring being used, and all applicable electrical codes and regulations. Choosing the right conduit can ensure the safety and reliability of your solar energy system. Grounding is another critical aspect of PV system wiring. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping a circuit breaker or fuse and preventing electrical shock hazards. The NEC specifies the grounding requirements for PV systems, including the size and type of grounding conductors and the location of grounding electrodes. It's important to follow all applicable grounding requirements to ensure the safety of your PV system. Overcurrent protection is also essential for PV system wiring. Overcurrent protection devices such as circuit breakers and fuses are designed to protect wiring from overloads and short circuits. These devices interrupt the flow of electricity when the current exceeds a safe level, preventing damage to the wiring and reducing the risk of fire. The NEC specifies the overcurrent protection requirements for PV systems, including the size and type of overcurrent protection devices and their location. It's important to follow all applicable overcurrent protection requirements to ensure the safety of your PV system. Proper labeling of PV system wiring is also crucial for safety and maintenance. The NEC requires that all PV system wiring be clearly labeled to identify its purpose and voltage. This helps prevent accidental contact with energized conductors and facilitates troubleshooting and maintenance. Labels should be durable and weather resistant to ensure that they remain legible over time. Regular inspection and maintenance of PV system wiring are essential for ensuring its continued safety and reliability. Wiring should be inspected periodically for signs of damage, such as cracks, brittleness, or corrosion. Loose connections should be tightened, and any damaged wiring should be replaced immediately. Regular maintenance can help prevent potential electrical hazards and ensure the long-term performance of your PV system. In conclusion, selecting and installing the appropriate wiring for a PV system is a complex process that requires careful consideration of various factors, including the type of wiring, UV resistance, temperature rating, wire size, conduit, grounding, overcurrent protection, labeling, and maintenance. By following all applicable electrical codes and regulations and consulting with a qualified electrician, you can ensure the safety, reliability, and longevity of your solar energy system. Now let's focus on some common misconceptions about PV wiring and clarify the correct practices. Firstly, there's a misconception that standard THHN wire is always sufficient for PV systems. While THHN wire is commonly used in electrical applications, it may not always be the best choice for PV systems due to its limitations in UV resistance and temperature rating, as we have discussed. The correct practice is to use PV-rated wiring with UV-resistant and high-temperature insulation, such as THHN -2 wire or other suitable alternatives. Secondly, there's a misconception that the -2 designation is only required for outdoor wiring. While it's true that outdoor wiring is more exposed to sunlight and high temperatures, indoor wiring in PV systems can also be subjected to elevated temperatures, especially in enclosed spaces. The correct practice is to use -2 designated wiring for both outdoor and indoor wiring in PV systems to ensure consistent performance and reliability. Thirdly, there's a misconception that the wire size only needs to be sufficient for the maximum current. While it's true that the wire size must be sufficient to handle the maximum current, it's also important to consider the voltage drop in the wiring. Excessive voltage drop can reduce the performance of electrical equipment and can even damage sensitive electronic components. The correct practice is to select a wire size that minimizes voltage drop while also providing sufficient ampacity for the circuit. Fourthly, there's a misconception that conduit is only needed for aesthetic purposes. While conduit can improve the appearance of wiring installations, its primary purpose is to protect the wiring from physical damage, moisture, and other environmental factors. The correct practice is to use conduit in all locations where wiring is exposed to potential damage or environmental hazards. Fifthly, there is a misconception that grounding is only needed for safety. While grounding is essential for safety, it also plays a role in reducing electrical noise and improving the performance of electronic equipment. The correct practice is to properly ground all PV system components to ensure both safety and optimal performance. Sixthly, there's a misconception that overcurrent protection is only needed for the main circuit. While overcurrent protection is essential for the main circuit, it's also important to provide overcurrent protection for all branch circuits and individual components to prevent damage from overloads and short circuits. The correct practice is to use appropriately sized circuit breakers or fuses for all circuits and components in the PV system. Seventhly, there's a misconception that labeling is only needed for initial installation. While labeling is essential for initial installation, it's also important to maintain the labels over time to facilitate troubleshooting and maintenance. Labels should be durable and weather resistant to ensure that they remain legible over time. The correct practice is to periodically inspect and replace any damaged or faded labels to ensure that all wiring is properly identified. Eighthly, there is a misconception that maintenance is only needed when something breaks. While it's true that maintenance is needed to repair broken components, regular maintenance can also help prevent potential problems and extend the life of the PV system. The correct practice is to perform regular inspections and maintenance to identify and address any potential issues before they become major problems. Ninthly, a misconception exists that all PV module suppliers provide the same recommendations. While many suppliers adhere to industry best practices, specific module designs and operating characteristics can necessitate unique wiring considerations. Always consult the specific documentation provided by your module supplier. Ignoring these recommendations could void warranties or compromise system performance. Tenthly, there is a misconception that using heavier gauge wire than required by code is always better. While oversizing wire can reduce voltage drop, it also increases costs and can make installations more difficult, especially in tight spaces. Furthermore, excessively large conductors may not properly fit within terminals designed for specific wire sizes, leading to compromised connections.